Becca, thank you so much for staying with us on Channel 405. Elizabeth Dumagude is South Africa's leading women bodybuilder. She's the second black athlete in South Africa to win a provincial title and a two-time national title in the same year. So back in 2024, she represented South Africa at the International Fitness and Bodybuilding Federation Women's World Championships in Tokyo, Japan. She placed an impressive 5th place while also competing against some of the best in the world. So she's challenging the stereotypes and also making a name for herself in a male-dominated sport of bodybuilding. She joins us in studio on this Women's Day as we celebrate her and, of course, talk about bodybuilding generally in South Africa. Elizabeth, a very good morning to you and thank you so much for your time.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
What does this day mean to you?
It means growth, it means breaking stereotypes, and it means saying no when things don't agree with you and hold you back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, very important because you are in a male-dominated sport,
100%.
bodybuilding. How do you get introduced to the sport?
I got introduced to the sport when I joined the gym, actually. So when I started my fitness journey and joined the gym, it was purely just to lose weight. I think in the generation that I grew up in, it was very much, you know, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. You know, you had to be as small, tiny as possible, chasing the smallest number on the scale. So I was kind of in that mindset, obviously, to lose all my weight. And then when I eventually lost all the weight, I was like, no, surely there's more to life than this. Yeah. And that's when I started looking at, oh, well, I want a little bit of muscle and shape and all of that. And yeah, the rest is history. Got a personal trainer. Yeah. He said, research some bodybuilding. And even myself, I was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like those shorts and like that. You know, because that's what we think because we're not exposed to women in the industry.
Absolutely,
and yeah, I did some research and I saw, okay, this is so cool and women are doing it. Why not? Let's do it.
Women are doing it and we are watching you on screen at the moment. You were competing. Where was this? Take us back. Where was this?
So this was December 2024, Women's World Champs in Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
You placed 5th in that competition.
Fifth, yeah.
Jeez, Elizabeth. Talk to me, though, about, you know, the poses, because at the end of the day, maybe I'm going off a tangent here. You are walking on a stage, you are posing, you're showing off your muscles. At the end of the day, that's the focus, right, of what you are trying to show off. You're trying to show off your body, and hence the posing, hence also the oil on your body. Explain that to me. How does that work?
So basically, obviously, when you're in a competition prep, you are training in an aesthetic sport. Bodybuilding is a very aesthetic sport. You're judged on how you look. From your hair to your makeup to your tan, shoes and your costume. So we have 4 mandatory poses. We have front, side, back and side. And it's kind of to show your muscle and display it in a pleasing way. So that's how also with the glaze and everything. So we do get a tan even as black athletes, just so that the canvas is one solid color. There's no kind of imperfections or discoloration or anything like that. The glaze is to also show off your muscles, show off the muscle bellies and things like that. And then when you're posing and you're holding those poses, it's to show off kind of literally all your hard work.
Yeah.
Yes.
You speak about muscles and you've spoken about that extensively in the last minute or so. I think one of the misconceptions about a woman in bodybuilding is that you will get masculine. You know, we've seen the pictures, you're quite masculine in the videos as well. But that doesn't mean that you lose your femininity, right?
Not at all.
Yeah.
You can be both strong and have muscle density and be feminine and beautiful. It should be something that's celebrated. I mean, if you look at the shape of South African women, and the division that I compete in is called the wellness division, and that's dominantly your glutes and your quads and your calves. So your lower body is quite more dominant than your upper body. And that's how women in South Africa are shaped. So that shape is really celebrated. So, you know, I have a lot of leg days and obviously just to grow and kind of make that a little bit better, to fit the criteria a bit better. So I think this misconception that you're going to look manly when you're going to touch a dumbbell or walk into the gym, that's really not the case at all. And I think that's why a lot of women do stay away from the gym because they think, you know, 1 hour in the gym, you're going to look like this huge muscle dad or whatever. And that's not the case at all.
That's not the case at all. Let's talk about your training regimen now.
Yes.
Paint us a picture. What do you do in a day as you start your preparations for maybe a big tournament that's coming up?
Yes.
What is your training sessions like?
So I train 6 days a week, 6 days a week of strength training and 6 days a week of cardio. 3 of those days of the cardio is high intensity and the other 3 days is steady state. So that's kind of slow just to get your heart rate up. So I'll either walk on the treadmill or do the Stairmaster. But yeah, basically a day in the life. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez. All right, I was up at 4 actually, so it's okay.
Yeah, so I get up at 4, make my way to the gym, excuse me. Then I'll do my strength training, and then I'll do my first half of my cardio, and then I actually do have a full-time job, so we are multifaceted out here.
And how challenging is that, you know, having to hold down a permanent job somewhere and still pursue your passion for bodybuilding? How do you balance the two?
By getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, no. But luckily I do, I have a very strict schedule and strict routine, and I thrive on routine. So if I misstep in any way, like it doesn't really derail the day, but you just have to then think, okay, well then maybe I'll do this after work, or just somehow fit it in. I'll do it on Saturday, I'll do it on Sunday. But as long as you have a routine in place and you kind of set in, and I've been doing this for so long, since 2019, so it's kind of now a part of me, it's part of my identity. Yeah.
Opportunities, Elizabeth, for young girls, you know, South African young girls, black, masculine, like you, are there opportunities for them to get into the sport as well?
There really, really are. And we have so much potential within the black community, especially within females. But I think it's just the resources, number one, and the education and the cost. Bodybuilding is very expensive. It is athlete funded. You know, we pay for all the competitions that we do pay for. So I think, and it's being so expensive, it then kind of blocks out a certain demographic or certain group of people if they don't have that access. Yeah.
That becomes very difficult. Athlete funded, so you fund all your trips internationally, you fund all your competitions, you fund everything yourself. That has to be a challenge as well.
Very, very challenging.
No support anywhere else? Nothing at all?
Unfortunately not.
Sure, it makes it very difficult then for someone who is watching this interview and wants to sort of get into this industry then. What is the bigger dream now for you? Where do you see yourself going with bodybuilding? You still have a job on the side. You're not letting that go anytime soon. No. You don't get paid for competing in competitions. What do you then want to do? What's the bigger dream when it comes to bodybuilding for you specifically?
So for me, I would just like to get the sport out there, but more importantly, I would love to, in a perfect world, be able to go into kind of, you know, provinces like Limpopo and Mpumalanga and things like that, where the potential is there with those athletes, and guide them, train them, tell them, you know, train them, show them the poses, what bikini you actually need to wear, how your tan needs to look, because when it comes to like a bigger competition like, say, nationals, you can see the difference between, say, a Gauteng athlete and someone from maybe Limpopo or the Northern Cape. You can literally see the difference, and it's just a lack of knowledge or maybe a lack of guidance within the bodybuilding community or within the fitness community, and that really sets a lot of people back. You know, I have the resources, and I know a lot of people, and I have a great coach who has guided me, so I know the standard that I need to bring, where maybe in those areas they really don't know. So I'd love to have like maybe a fund where I can uplift and have more women in the industry and fund that for them, because there's so much potential.
The dream, though, of Miss Olympia, how far are you from that?
Well, I'd love my pro card. I'd love my pro card, but that's a whole nother ball game. It's also, when you are a pro and you do take up your pro card, you can't compete in South Africa anymore. And I love competing on home soil, because you can only do a pro show. And all the pro shows, unfortunately, are overseas. So that's... I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Elizabeth, thank you so much for your time this morning on the Weekend Report. All the best of luck for the future. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you.
All right, Elizabeth Dumagude, remember that name, South Africa's leading woman, a bodybuilder, in studio with us this morning, speaking to us about the challenges, of course, that she's faced in the sport, and the bigger dream as well, to helping up-and-coming youngsters, women of her colour also, to get into the sport.